All right, this is a follow-up to my last video where I was hypothesizing about when the EBS could be alerted, right? I still think fall time is the best time for the globe because of northern and southern hemispheres. I'm sticking to it. We are on the cusp of the Freedom 250 stuff being over. We've just had the Grand Prix. So now all they have is the DC marketplace, which is September 1st. That's it. So then we're kind of free sailing. All right. We're not at a pivotal. We're not at like maybe we're at the 25-year mark for 9/11. That might be a thing that is, given some weight because it's 25 years. But who's to say? I still think it's going to happen in this time frame, like this next couple of months. But I said it could be between September 1st and the midterms. But I also said midterms may not even happen. And I just kind of got confirmation of that today. I was watching JMC Broadcasting. He had a clip with him and Riccardo Bosi, and they were talking about it. Riccardo seems to think that it's probably very likely that the midterms are not going to happen because the primaries were run fraudulently. So the fraud has been exposed, and now that's an issue. So they can't go through with a midterm elections when the candidates that are running got those got put into the front because of fraud. They've exposed fraud in Connecticut. There's people that I'm following in Connecticut, like on X, they're exposing the fraud. There's been news stories where, like in Bridgeport, Connecticut, a local official went to this woman's house. She was recording it. I don't know why she was recording it, but she was recording it. And they came in the house and they told her who to vote for. They told her how to vote. She had already filled her mail-in ballot, and he made her open it up and fill it out the way he wanted it filled out. So he was coercing her to fill it out how they wanted. So there's evidence. There's all this evidence coming out in my state. There's evidence coming out in New York. There's evidence coming out in New Jersey. Like it's all coming out. Obviously, Michigan, Dearborn, big. That is a main focus. So all these things are happening. They're exposing all this fraud. So they can't have a valid election. Now, JMC also does episodes with Juan O'Savin, and I've heard this man's name many times in the last couple of months. I have not seen anything with him on there yet, but I'm gonna watch something maybe now, maybe tomorrow. He has connections either with white hats or military or administration. I don't really know. I know he doesn't live in the US currently. So he's an expat. I don't know. But he kind of said like 98% certainty that the midterm elections are not going to happen, that they're going to be pushed back to maybe a year, maybe longer, depending on how long it takes them to clean all that stuff up. But likely the midterms are not going to happen. So now that gives us an open-ended time frame, kind of, we can maybe go into like early December. I am hoping that it does not take that long because I am tired. I want to get my own place. This is a big inconvenience. Like, oh my goodness, how dare they? How dare they inconvenience me? But those are just my desires. I would really like it if this happened like tomorrow. I would be so happy. But it's going to happen when it's ready. That's the thing. So we're not going to have midterms, most likely. They were saying that Juan predicted possibly the end of October that they would announce it. But who knows? They might announce it at the end of October. They might announce it sooner than that. They might decide to launch the EBS alert and then in that disclosure announce that they're not doing the midterms. Because especially if they do the EBS in September or the beginning of October, then that gives them that time to like, okay, hey, you know what? Midterms are not happening because we've exposed all this fraud. The voter rolls have to be cleaned up. There's states that are not giving over the voter rolls. So this is like a big thing. So I don't know. that's just the news that I heard today. I've been going down a lot of rabbit holes in the last 48 hours, a lot. So, yeah, like there's a lot of stuff going in, and I have to give my brain like a break. But that is something I wanted to say, because these are like it's like little pieces of the puzzle. That's the way I see it. Little pieces, little bits of information, you put the puzzle together and then you come to a conclusion. And again, I can only go by the information I have. And if something is flawed, well then, that's going to likely affect the outcome. I'm hoping that I'm going in a logical way with good information. That's really it. So anyway, I'm going to end it there. And till the next one. All right, bye.